the other person is the problem.
Yeah.
So the parents would, I'm assuming, Dominic, you're struggling. Your wife goes back home with a report that atukulangi. 3 days atukulangi. The parents assume that either you have abdicated your duties or is another form of mistreating their daughter.
Let me just come in.
Yes.
At
Understand my perspective.
Yes, I'm just saying people have wrong foundations and a lot of ignorance when it comes to marriage. If my daughter came home telling me hawajakula, I will not apportion blame to my son-in-law. I will take food from my store, shop for her, give her some money and tell her take the food back to the house, because it means this son-in-law who is your husband, for some reason, is not able to give you the food.
So it's erroneous.
No, it is
in
not.
this manner.
It is, I'm telling you.
I want you to understand the fact that this gentleman has an issue. The wife does not understand that there is an issue. You get what I'm saying? When I go home, I don't want to report that my husband is struggling. I report he doesn't even do so much to help us eat. That's what I'm trying to ask.
What am I saying, Mos? I say by saying there is a lot of ignorance on matters to do with marriage. Did I say that? Now, using your own example.
Yes.
Food.
If my daughter came home and misinformed me about what is happening in her marriage, I will solve her problem based on what she has said. Okay? And secondly, I am saying, when you have your marital issues, your mother-in-law or your wife's home comes in as maybe the third or fourth option in solving your issues. Do not run to your mother's home every time you have issues, because definitely that marriage has cracks that will be irreparable. I don't know up to that.
Let me just come in.
I want to be on your side.
I totally disagree because
let me just come in.
I'm telling you, men have really suffered in that area. Some of the issues we have with our wives are not beyond correction. They are not beyond correction.
Let me just explain what Charity is saying and see if you can understand.
Yeah. You are on her side as well? Okay, proceed. Yeah.
It's not
just
side.
on the side of truth.
Let's just clarify. Man of God.
Yeah.
Now, food is not in the house. So the first place to report is your mother. This is a woman. Completely out of place. If it's a problem that you have tried to solve and cannot solve, you have your pastor. You have your best couples. You can start with your best couple. That's why you don't just wake up and pick anybody to be a best couple. That's where the problem with the young people today. You go look for another young man who cannot even correct you, make him your best couple. So it must start there. Then you have your pastor. Then you have people around whom even your husband respect, not necessarily your parents. Now, the next thing, anything small. And if you see a lady doing this, this is a problem because she's reporting everything. So when the pastor cannot solve it, the pastor will always advise that where it have reached, now bring in your parents. Where the pastor cannot be able to solve, now you can bring in the parents where it has reached. But man of God, one small thing is already at their home. The next thing, it will be worse. This woman has a problem or this man has a problem. Now, do you understand?
I don't really understand because I think for me, what I'm trying to look at.
I've understood where you're coming from.
Yeah.
You have a case scenario where you expect that the parents to intervene. And we are telling you it is wrong for your parents-in-law to intervene in your marriage on every small matter. Because immediately your parents-in-law get involved in your matter, they will, over time, take sides over their women.
And that's what I was asking. So, can parents play a level ground? Can parents play a level ground?
Listen to me.
Just a minute.
Yes,
can the parents play a level ground where it can be a resort, not really like the only resort, but whenever there is an issue, Like you
Yes.
see, Charity, you'll agree with me
Yes,
that nowadays,
yes. Let me answer you as you go to continue. Yes, the parents can play a level ground, but not on every small issue. Okay? The parents, because let me use this example that my daughter is promiscuous. And you've tried solving it on your own level, it is not working. And you feel, no, this one has to be, my in-laws have to come in. When you come home, and indeed, that is the case, do you think those parents would want to take the side of their daughter? Of course, not part of our family should. And it is true. I also told you on the issue of food. Now let's go back. My daughter-in-law comes home and says, Ata tumelala njaa. What level ground do I say? Do I sit and say, oh, that son-in-law of mine is irresponsible? I take up and say, oh, he might have lacked because ni mtoto wangu. What can I do to help? The level ground is sort out the issue of food. Okay? If my daughter is having challenges and is being promiscuous, bring her back home and tell her, listen, in a marriage you stay faithful. That's why I'm saying we have parents who are very ignorant. If they have to take sides, even when their children
No,
call out wrong.
no, Pastor.
But as an in-law, please desist from interfering or managing the small issues that your daughter or son goes.
you see, the reason I was a bit hesitant, and I'm still hesitant to pick your advice,
Yes.
is because this is a scenario where someone, it's a case I know,
Yes.
someone doesn't listen to anyone,
Yeah.
doesn't take advice from anyone.
Yeah.
So the only result you have is that you can look for maybe the parents' word.
Now let
So
me tell you.
can I tell you what happened? Now, this is what happened. Now the son in,
I'll give you solution.
That's why we don't know where the problem is.
What is he still doing with that lady?
No, let me tell you something.
What is he still doing with that lady?
Let me tell you something.
Because my sister, you have tried with the parents. You have first of all, she doesn't listen to anybody. Now,
anybody.
she's
So
not-
you think,
she's not even listening to
you
the parents.
think the
and
parents would be
are
the,
not, they're not coming in to solve.
but
So
now,
what are you still doing there?
you see, in this scenario, the gentleman
Yes,
secretly
yes,
approached the mother-in-law.
yes,
Secretly.
yes,
The mother-in-law advised,
yes,
let the girl come back home.
yes.
When the girl arrived home, the case changed against the man.
Now
Yeah.
we are talking. Let me
Yeah.
tell you, Pastor.
Yes, yes.
If you get a woman who
Yeah.
does not listen to anybody, chances are that she did not even listen to her own parents.
Thank you.
If my child can listen to me and obey me, when they come to you, they have been taught how to listen
To
and
obey.
obey. I don't know why we keep going backward and forward. I always say, for me, this podcast is like a school. We come in class 1 or in Form 1, and we are moving with the syllabus. When we get to Form 4, in the final exam,
It's in
we
revision
will
Form
ask
1.
a question that was in Form 1, and we expect that you know.
Yeah.
So if you're marrying somebody who does not listen to you, what did she say when she wanted to get married to you? Mimi hata mama hata baba waseme nimekupenda na nitakaa na wewe, brother.
Charity,
So
let me ask you.
this
Yes,
is the issue.
ask.
Let that before you ask, let that man not die if he's a man. Let him not die in that relationship.
Because that relationship will not work.
Will not work.
From what I'm
The two of us
thinking,
are agreeing,
from
please.
what I'm thinking, no, you two people can go ahead and agree. But from what I'm thinking, is that the parents have a role
Yes.
many times in breaking marriages.
Yes.
I will tell you that for a fact.
I agree.
And in
That one you
building-
agree?
I
yes,
agree.
That one,
We agree.
That one we agree.
That you agree?
We
Yes.
agree.
Because would you not ask your daughter, and to what do we owe your visit?
Charity, don't answer. Let me answer for
Like-
you. Charity said, if you meet
just a minute.
someone who does not listen to the parents,
Yeah.
so she has not been listening before she got married. What makes you think
I'm
now
asking
that she's
Dominic,
married,
Pastor Dominic,
she
I'm
will
asking,
come and listen?
If your daughter came back home today,
Yes.
wouldn't you ask her, like, to what do I owe the visit?
Now listen, Pastor. Pastor
Before-
Moss today has decided to have selective amnesia. I have said, when you visit your home,
Yeah.
there are several reasons why we visit.
Yes.
When you visit home for the good, it is the normal visit. I have missed my parents, and let me just go back home and visit. That is positive. And by then, by the way, when it is positive, you don't even need to ask
That's what
when.
I was going to say.
Yeah, you don't
I
even
don't need to ask my
when.
daughter, why are you here?
She
She's
will
not
come
as-
and you'll be happy and she'll tell you, mama, mimi nitakaa tu siku mbili because
Yes.
I have to go back home
I
for
just
1, 2,
came
3.
to say hi.
If we have in the event that your daughter is coming home and she has come home on not a very pleasant visit, then of course she'll explain. Alinipiga akanifukuza. Oh, that is the case. Kaa hapa. That is the answer. So, Pastor, I know you are saying parents should have a role in meaning that even when things are very wrong in that relationship, a parent should be the one to fix it. Brother, fix your own marriage.
Thank
when you come to me as a mother, I am not responsible for fixing what you have done in your own marriage. Please fix your own marriage.
Thank you.
If my daughter comes home and I listen to your case, looking at it, 3/4 of it is contributed by this man, I'll tell her, mama, hata kama unarudi kwa huyo mwanaume, 1, 2, 3 is not right. Kaa hivi. Usikaa hivi. Kaa hivi.
Go, Amanda.
That is my responsibility as a mother.
Yeah.
And
So
if
we
my
are not-
son-in-law is right and my daughter is the one on the wrong, I will tell her, listen, mami, huyu kijana ni kijana mzuri. Wewe unaenda kombo. Do this, rudi chini. Muheshimu, mutaishi. Those ones, it will depend on you don't just make a mistake. And because your wife coughed, you want her to go home to her mother. Your
None
wife
of
has fallen ill. You're not able to take responsibility. You can't take your family to hospital. You bring my daughter back home. I nurse her. And then you come and say, unajua mama, ugonjwa ilikuwa imezidi. I will nurse her knowing, my daughter does not have any other person to take care of her other than me. So I will do it. She will come back to her house. And it is that crack that I have told you. Initially, it is a small crack when you're handling it yourself. It is deeper and wider, a wider crack when I am helping you manage your incompetences. So over time, we are going to have issues in that marriage. Try and sort out your issues within your very close circles. When you involve your in-laws, over
has gone.
time, they will take sides. And even if their daughter drinks changa and you pick her in the mtaro every day, they'll say, wacha akuja akufie nyumbani.
I want
Yeah.
to say it is disrespect. My daughter makes a mistake. You are calling me. You are not serious at all. You are not any small thing. Mtoto wako. You are not serious. That is
That I
your
did not
wife.
bring her up well.
That is your wife. It is your responsibility. And then, man of God, we are not just fixing marriages to stay. We are also fixing lives. We are aware and we know there are places where people are not ready to change. So we are telling those who are there, if someone is not listening at all, I want to repeat, marriage is not a qualification and you're still there. We are pampering you as Christians. We're telling you, jikaze tu, ndoa ni ya maana, jikaze tu. What will people say? My friend, get out of that place. People will not be with you when this man is cutting off your throat. People will not be with you when this woman is putting poison for you in your food. If this lady is not listening to anybody,
She will not
she
listen
will
to
kill you before you know it. So if she's not listening at all, please don't stay there and die there and say there was a podcast I was listening to and they say,
And they say
no, don't die there.
I strongly disagree with today's suggestions
Yes.
because strongly believe a parent is a parent.
Yes.
Whether they are in-laws or your parents, they are your parents.
Yeah.
They have a role to call you to order.
Yes.
I'm assuming I was a wayward child. Assuming I found a family, I married from a family where my wife has a father and a mother.
Yeah.
Do you know there's a way I want to incline to draw from the wisdom of the father whom I didn't have the opportunity to draw from?
Yeah.
So there are things I might fail as a man.
Yeah.
That the other parents should know this guy, not just defending your daughter, but having the marriage of your daughter in mind in a way that, in as much as you're here, these are the mistake of you, my son-in-law, but from my discernment and interpretation, I realize it could be a deficiency in my son-in-law.
Yeah.
And I'm committed to help
Yeah.
him as a way of helping you end your marriage now at large. So
Thank you.
that's what I was saying.
It is lack of wisdom on your side as a parent if you are going to discuss the negativity of your son-in-law with your daughter. as a wise father, if you realize their deficiencies, you create time with your son-in-law, and in your own wisdom, give views
Yeah.
concerning certain things.
Yes.
But you don't bring your daughter and say this man has failed here. And once you say that, you are giving her.
I said
you are giving her authority.
the reason I
Then listen.
disagreeing is because you guys are not getting my question.
Wait.
I'm saying
getting your question.
when
Anyway.
you go home, you find your father-in-law and mother-in-law, they are sharing that story.
Yes.
What I'm expecting is that the father-in-law who should be able to look at the story and with the
And it's you has refused to understand
Yes.
us. We are saying it is okay for parents to come in, but it should be the last result towards the end. It should not be the first thing that you do. That's what we are disagreeing on. You should not be the first thing you do that something happens and then the parents now have to come in. That's where we are telling you. Solve it with the people around you first. You can talk to the couples, best couples. You can talk to counselors before you reach to your parents. That's what we are just saying.
I think, Pastor Moss, we are agreeing. It's just that in our wording, you feel we are not agreeing.
okay.
I remember, I want to use your own example.
Yes.
You said your wife runs home and says, hata kwa hiyo nyumba tulilala njaa. Did you say that?
Yeah.
As a
As
supportive,
a citation, not really like
yes,
it was a
no,
yeah.
it is just an
Yeah, yeah,
example. As a responsible parent or mother-in-law who wants to support my daughter's marriage, I can never tell her kama hawezi nunua chakula kaa hapa nyumbani kuna chakula. Hapana.
Now
I'll
you're
tell her,
coming.
no.
Now you're coming.
Listen,
You're
I
coming.
said that. I already
No.
said it. I'm only repeating, and I was telling you, I've listened to you. I want to rephrase my words
Yeah.
and use the words that you will agree with. I will not tell my daughter, stay here because this man hana chakula. What I will do, chakula tu. Maybe kijana yangu alitafuta na akakosa. We have food in the house. What you do, mama? Take this, make sure rush back home. By the time he comes back, you will have food. Musigombanie chakula. Chakula iko nyumbani. And for me, that is what I'm telling. It does not start now. My own father, my own grandmother, got married to my grandfather, and my grandfather's home was in Sirisia, a place called Sivanga. It is very rocky and sandy. But my grandmother comes from Mount Elgon, a place called Kimama, very fertile. So what did my paternal great-grandfather do? He gave his daughter land so that Kuhu does not have to have my father on her back, walk all the way. If you've been to Sirisia going to Mount Elgon, it's up the hill. He told my grandmother, you will die every time you carry maize going back to Sirisia. Down there, we have land, yes. My son-in-law is very industrious, but you cannot farm. Come here, and in fact, our home, my father was given land, my grandmother was given land between her brothers. So Papa was brought up amongst his uncles because a parent saw that my daughter is married and she has a problem because even if she farms, we don't have land that is fertile. What did this father-in-law do? He gave his daughter land and invited the son-in-law to come, and that is where we call home up to now. So what my grandfather did was to work hard and buy extra land, but the original land that took us to Mount Elgon was land that was given to
Look at
us
such a
by
parent.
Amze,
Yeah.
my great-grandfather called Katira
Look at such a
Walukendo,
parent.
and we still live there up to now. So it is nothing new. The truth of the matter is, Kuhu did not go home complaining. Kuhu went home saying, we do not have enough food around Sirisia. So what was the solution? Come, I will give you land. You stay here with my son-in-law so that mjukuu wangu asikufe njaa. It has been something that has gone on before, and I'm just saying your own words. When the message is right, when the problem is common and positive that all human beings go through, no normal parent wishes that her daughter does not stay married.
You agree now. Finally, I think you're getting my point. This is
No, we
no. She now agrees with what I was saying. What I was saying, because
Yes.
my question was actually that,
Yes.
like, there, I so much strongly believe that there's an intervention from the other side that can, because I'm telling you from experience that not all of us want to lose our marriages.
Yes.
We might be problematic but we don't want to lose our marriages.
No,
Yes.
no single parent, no single person ever gets married to lose it.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
goes there to make sure it succeeds.
Yes,
So
yes.
when the challenges come, people imagine you are here because even
You-
those ones who say akifanya hii nitatoka, they wish that asifanye hiyo ili nisitoke. Eh.
Exactly what I was saying. So that when help cannot come from this other side, it's possible it can come from another place.
Yes.
We agree, right?
We are-
Now we agree. That's where we are.
Now, maybe we look at this as we come to the close. How do we navigate now the balance? We're talking about the parent factor in marriage.
In marriage.
I'm telling you, mothers, and I have a case scenario. My own brother,
Yeah.
they have really struggled with my mother and the wife.
Yes.
This is, in fact, I talked to him. I told him, I think I will deal with your case on a podcast. I'm sure he'll watch this.
Yeah.
They kind of put you in a place where you have to choose between your wife and them. And such a difficult place. When you have to choose your mother or your wife. Because these two people should not even be placed on the scale of choice.
Yeah.
Surely.
They should never, but they are pushing in a way that, okay, so it's your wife, not me. Like, how do you navigate through that?
I have had that situation, and this is how I solved it.
Realize, because you're talking to my mother, so realize that. So as you talk, be
Yes.
gracious.
Yes. No, I understand. I will be gracious.
yeah.
This is what I told my wife,
Yeah.
because I realized my mother was feeling that that I am really giving more attention and I'm not giving attention to her. So I sat my wife down and I told her, first of all, you're more educated than her. Two, she's our mother. It is us to understand her more than how she should understand us.
Okay.
So I told my wife, the issue was, my mom was saying, when she comes around, my wife doesn't run to her and welcome her joyfully, and when she's leaving, my wife doesn't ask her, what is it that you need? And we realized when she started asking her, there is nothing much she wants. So I told my wife, for us to have peace, to understand our mother, there is nothing wrong with kumkimbilia. So anytime you see her, leave the house and say, oh, mom, karibu sana, karibu. Even if it is not in you, you will have to do it for the sake of peace. Then when she's leaving, please ask her the question, mom, this is what I've prepared for you. Is there anything else you would like us to do? If that is just the question she wants. Now, they are best friends. She rarely calls me. She calls her daughter-in-law more than she calls me. Because I made sure that now these days my mom complains about me, not my wife. Why? I made sure that my wife understood her more than her understanding my wife. Because if you try to make sure that you try to balance, it will be a problem.
Come again. So it's your wife who understands her more
Yes.
than she would the
Understand.
other way. Okay.
You get it? So if you try to make her on the same reasoning and understanding capacity with your wife, it will not work. It will not work. And then that's when you'll start having pull and push. So you do your best to make sure that your wife now understands her more, understands that she's different, understands that she's old. She doesn't have experiences the ones that you have. And because of that, you understand her that way.
Beautiful.
It will work.
Beautiful. Charity?
I would want to talk from a mother's perspective.
Yes.
I would expect that as a mother, you look at your daughter-in-law and realize that it might not be your choice. It is your son's choice. So take your position as a mother.
Thank you.
We have mothers who expect too much from their daughter-in-law. And your daughter-in-law might never meet your expectations. But if she's meeting your son's expectations, then take the back seat and understand that when you get to a certain age, your son will marry. And when your son marries, then a good portion of him will be taken by his wife and family. And for you, you'll remain behind. So by staying alone, it doesn't necessarily mean you have been neglected. But most cases, mother-in-laws complain because of several things. One, lack. That your mother might be lacking and you people are not taking good care of her. So instead of her saying, Sina Sukari, or you have not sent me any little M-Pesa, she'll begin thinking you're spending a lot of money on that woman and forgetting to spend money and anything on me. There are some situations that will not arise depending on how well you're organized as a family. Because if your mother has her needs taken care of, then where is the complaint coming in? I know some mothers even complain that daughters-in-law do not allow their children to come to them. That is their grandchildren. But I always say, just realize those are your grandchildren. They're not your children. Children should stay with their parents, and their parents should only visit. So what am I saying? As a mother, please take your position. Take a step back and allow your son's marriage to work. And where the problem would be, if the problem can be resolved, if it's a question of lack, then as a man, make sure your mother has basics. I know there are daughters-in-law who are very cruel, that when their husbands want to take care of their mothers, they do not like it. So they will come in between. If you're a daughter-in-law, remember tomorrow you're going to be a mother-in-law too.
Thank you.
Yeah, I always tell people, tomorrow you have a son, you will also be a mother-in-law. Please just treat your mother-in-law the way you'd wish your future daughter-in-law to treat you.
Okay.
She's your husband's mother. Listen to her. You do not need to talk back and forth with you. Even if you notice that your mother is a bit strict. I know there are some mothers who go overboard. Like even walking into your son's bedroom, wanting to see how they have cooked. You don't do that. That is not your house. That is your son's house. When you go to your son's house, you are a guest. Allow them serve you what they have to serve you. If you are in need, please make sure it is your son who listens and knows that mama is like this. And from the word go, let your wife know that your mother takes a certain position in your life and you're not about to change because of it. So usually these problems come in because the men will want to be very casual in the way they relate with their mother. But if you do it from the word go, your wife will know, if I step on that lady, if I don't take good care of mama, it is going to offend my husband, and therefore we're going to have differences. She'll try to come in and suit and emulate what you are doing, to a point that even if you're not there, your daughter-in-law can comfortably take care of your mother. Because that is what was said or was set from the word go. One of the hard questions that you should ask, what is your view on mothers-in-law? Then you will know what she will say is what she will think about your mother.
Okay.
So by so doing, you will avoid very many issues. But I know most of the conflict that we get from mothers and daughters-in-law, it is usually a story of provision. Mama feels she's not well taken care of, and you people are living in a lot of abundance. So when she sees that you have bread that you've thrown in the pit, it will happen. And as the men in our lives, this is now a son, please take control of that situation. Teach your wife how to treat your mother. Okay? If you have issues with your own mother that you do not even greet your mother, how do you expect your wife to greet her? Just teach your wife how to treat your mother. We'll have very few issues with the mother-in-law, daughter-in-law conflict.
Okay. Awesome. Today in a podcast, and I thank you so much for your time. As we are coming to the close, I've seen a question. I saw a question somewhere. I don't know whether we'll be able to handle this, or maybe we can begin from here next time. So I'll give you a moment, Pastor Dominic, to say your closing remarks.
We really appreciate all of you for finding time to be here and to learn together. I believe that the wisdom we share is going the long way to be a blessing. Please always make sure you reach back to us. Feedback, where you feel helped, you say it. Where you feel you are not helped, you also say it, so that we keep helping the society. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you, viewers, for listening and tuning in. And for those who will watch later, it is always a pleasure reaching out to you. And we look forward to seeing you again next week on Wednesday. God bless you.
Awesome. I want to really thank you so much for being here with us and and giving us that valid company. Again, like we've said, that if you are watching either now, later, you have any comment or a suggestion regarding this subject, just feel free to do so. You can share it on the comment section. I know that during the week, the panelists would always have time to look at some of those questions and be able to respond to them accordingly. It's always my joy to come to you live every Wednesday. And Jeff will call me from Bomet for the insights that you receive from this podcast. I know that the issues we are dealing with, they are common issues in different families. So when we handle one, we're not just dealing with one, but we are dealing with several other cases in our families and society. So it's my desire and prayer that you watch, share with someone, and let us know what you think about this podcast. If there are comments, maybe there are suggestions on how we can improve on this podcast, then please go ahead and leave us that comment and suggestions on our comment section. Again, from us, we'll see you again next week on Wednesday for Beyond I Do. From us, it is shalom and goodbye. Thank you.